Welcome into Live in the Bay.
We have a great show for you coming up today.
The San Francisco Latino Film Festival is showcasing independent and established filmmakers in the U.S. We'll get a preview of the lineup for this year's event.
Then Best Reviews is joining us to share some of their top products directly reviewed from their YouTube studio.
And Slow Down, Move Over, It's the Law. We chat with AAA about why it's so important for everyone to follow this rule to remain safe on the roads.
Plus, the Colombian food pop-up that is sharing their love for authentic Colombian cuisine. We'll taste some of the star dishes from Micato.
There's so much happening today
on Live in the Bay.
Welcome into Live in the Bay. So glad you could join us today. I'm Jessica Wills.
And I'm Rachel Maurer. Happy Monday to you.
Happy Monday.
Jess, you had a fun weekend. Tell us about it.
I did, yes. I actually got to head out to Hawaii. Our anchor, Noelle Bello, she got married this weekend, this past Saturday. And so it was a beautiful, beautiful ceremony there. Yes.
Now, where in Hawaii was this?
It was in Kauai.
Okay.
And so, yeah, it was so gorgeous. We were in the North Shore. It's called Honolulu Bay. You can see Noelle and her husband Dylan there. This is some of our KRON family. And yeah, there's the beautiful bay right behind there. You can see Grant and Justine and Pam Moore.
There.
But it was beautiful. This was our group as well as we were like into the evening. So the hotel sat right on the bay, Honolulu Bay, and it was just a gorgeous outlook on the water. And it was just so perfect. I mean, look at Noelle's dress, just so beautiful.
Pretty.
She looked like a mermaid princess.
Perfect.
Yes, in full glory. And it was just such a celebration of love, truly. It was surrounded by just so many friends and family and really just love. We were talking about this before with weddings.
Yeah.
I love love, and really they just had such the perfect group there to celebrate them. And congratulations to Dylan and Noelle. It was so fun.
Yes, huge congrats. And also a nice break for you, a nice little vacation.
Yeah.
This is wonderful.
Yeah, I will say, it's hard to get there like quick and back. I'm not, I know some other people like extended their stays, and that's the way to do it, let me tell you.
Yeah, take off the full week, right? That is awesome. Yeah, so glad you had fun.
Thank you. Yeah, it's good to be back. How was your weekend?
Fine, Jess. I told you I did a peel, so if anyone's wondering why my face is really shiny, it's because it's good for your skin to like kind of get the top layers off every once in a while, which is kind of nasty.
Okay, and is it painful?
It kind of hurts a little bit, but today is like the best day so far. So I did it all weekend. I snuggled up in my apartment and didn't see anyone, shut all the blinds, so no light came in. So yeah, nice relaxing
Well,
weekend.
the skin is looking glowy and gorgeous. Yeah, I'm going to need to know the concrete details on everything to learn what it is, and but yeah, it looks good.
Thanks. We'll get better with time, too.
Absolutely. All right, well, let's get everyone caught up with anything that they may have missed with In Case You Missed It. Happening today, the 51st World Championship Pumpkin Weigh-Off is underway in Half Moon Bay. And these pumpkins are huge. I mean, look at the size of some of these right there. Come on. There's a whole group of people to get them up on the scale, and they're using a lifting device. Pumpkins are strapped in, and it's a full production to get these pumpkins up there on the scale. So far, lots of pumpkins between 1,000 to 2,000 pounds.
Which is crazy. You can see the guy celebrating in this video, and his pumpkin gets clocked in at like 1,400 pounds or something. But I think that wasn't even good enough. He was hoping for like 2,000.
Wow.
So he was actually disappointed with a 1,500-pound pumpkin.
Yeah.
But just so crazy to see the mechanism that they have to use to pull them. Because remember last week we were like, how is this going to happen?
Yes.
How are they going to make this happen?
Yeah.
And they do.
There you go. They have the forklifts. They have all the machinery. Again, I'm still curious. Can somebody cut open one of these ginormous pumpkins? I want to see what's inside.
I'm sure you can. It's probably the same, but it would be impossible to carve. I mean, it would take you 3 days. Probably.
Yeah. Somebody out there can do it. Let's see that big, ginormous carved pumpkin.
Ooh, I would love to. All right. Well, speaking of spooky, the Joker movie has been in theaters for over a week now, Jess, and it is not doing the numbers that were expected at all from the box office. Yeah, not doing very well. It had a much diminished start last weekend, getting a D rating from CinemaScore audiences. So that's like people who go to watch it and then they rate the movie, not rating it well at all. It fell a staggering 81% in its second weekend, which was the weekend we just passed, bringing in just $7.1 million, which for a movie of this size is like nothing. People are saying it's just too boring and also too disturbing at the same time.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, they said it's like disturbing, but it's a musical kind of, so they said it's like very theatrical, and people are just not feeling it, which is surprising because they even have star power of Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga. I know, that's what I was just gonna say. I think it was a musical, so yes, I'm glad you confirmed that. Lady Gaga in the movie, I can't understand why it wouldn't be doing well. But now I'm intrigued. I think I have to see it.
Yeah, we have a little clip, so let's check it out.
Okay.
For once in my life, I have someone who needs me.
Well, I think a lot of it is like this, Jess, like him singing and like not too much going on. It's just like clips of him like this acting, you know, crazy as he does. And yeah, I just think people think it's too disturbing, which is so crazy because like Halloween season, people are into the disturbing movies. Yeah. But I saw on Twitter a lot of people saying, don't even go see it. They were that upset by it.
Okay. Yeah. Well, now I want to because I need to know what's so upsetting and what's so disturbing. Today's day and age, I don't think very many things are disturbing to that many people. So for people to be saying that it's disturbing, well, now I'm disturbed.
Bad.
All right, well, more spooky season news all the way from England. A farm in Hampshire used more than 10,000 pumpkins to create Beetlejuice. Take a look at the screen. This is so cool. I love these like sped up videos where they're, you know, showing the whole process of it. But it took 15 people to make this, and it took them 7 hours. How crazy is that? Wow. The same farm holds the world record for the largest pumpkin mosaic, and they set that last year.
Wow, and they're so fast, Jess. I can't believe this happened in just 7 hours. I mean, it sounds like a long time, but to make this big, huge artwork, I feel like it's not that long.
Yeah, I think this is so, so cool. I really love the mosaic. Like, how can you take all these pumpkins and turn it into a piece of art? I love that.
Yeah, it looks like they drew it out first, which I feel like I would fail even just at that part, let alone trying to get the colors right.
Yeah.
But they did a great job. Yeah. So cool.
Very cool. And world record for last year. Did they do a world record this year?
Oh gosh, I'm trying to remember what they did last year. Maybe Tim Burton, something Tim Burton related. Yeah, I remember they did something cool last year, and apparently, that was the biggest one ever that had been like that.
Very cool. Yes.
All right, well, grab your passport. This one is for all the fans of the show Friends. Moving on from spooky season just for a minute, McDonald's Happy Meal just dropped with all the Friends characters. Check out how cute this is. Snackalator posted this on their Instagram. So they do say this is only available in Spain right now, which is kind of a bummer, but it may expand later. So the features include an entree, fries, a drink, and also a toy with one of the Friends characters, which they're so cute. You can see them all there on the bottom. They're also offering Monica's marinara sauce. And I'm wondering, what are they putting that with on the McDonald's menu? Maybe like French fries and
marinara sauce and
none
fries.
Of it sounds good.
Nuggets? You could dip your chicken nuggets in that.
That's true. Yeah. Do you have a favorite Friends character, Jess?
Favorite Friends character. I think it has to be Phoebe. I mean, she's hilarious. Yeah, I feel like she just brought such a unique element to that show. Her character, her singing is hilarious. Yeah, exactly. It has to be Phoebe. I was thinking, like, at first I was like going through all the guys, and I'm like, nope, Phoebe. Yeah, Phoebe is amazing. I like the funny ones, like Joey is probably one of my favorites too, because they're just so funny. And I love Rachel. I think because I'm Rachel, so I'm like, I like Rachel, you know, and she's like a main character in there. So truly, every single character on that show is a standout by themselves. Like, what other show is like that? I think that Friends is so unique in that way, and that like every single character, somebody we could say that's my favorite. Yeah, I could just watch it over and over. Yeah, and this Happy Meal, I mean, how does this not happen in the U.S. yet? I know. Yeah, it's got to be coming. They all live where the show was created. Maybe it is coming. It has to be coming. Yeah, we're gonna hold out for that one. All right. Well, there's so many good movies out right now. Not the Joker that everyone's been saying, but I don't know. Maybe, right? So as we get into the fall season, it seems like everyone wants to just cozy up and watch something great. And if you opt for the theaters this season, maybe you like to indulge in a trip to the concession stands before kicking up your feet for the next 2 hours. That got us thinking about our favorite movie snacks. Ooh, yes. And that's going to take us right into today's question of the day. We want to know, what are you buying at the concession stand before a movie? Go ahead and scan that QR code on your screen or head to Instagram and Facebook at Live in the Bay TV to answer. All right. This is a good one, Jess. I know. I like this question too. I'm all about the snacks all the time.
Same, especially at the movies.
Yes. Okay, I'll go first. So for me, classic movie theater was getting no, not a Slurpee. It's not a Slurpee there. It's an Icy. An Icy at the movie theaters, and the flavor was white cherry.
Okay.
The movie theater always had the white cherry flavor, and other movie theaters or other places always had like the red cherry, but the white snow cherry Icy is delicious. So that was a favorite. And then popcorn and M&Ms, the combo together, a little bit of salty, a little bit of sweet.
Yes.
So you can eat the popcorn and like plain chocolate M&Ms at the same time. The best combination.
That sounds really good.
Yes.
Now I'm like craving to go to the movie theater, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I also liked the Icy, but mine was the blue.
Okay.
I don't know why I'm saying was. I still do this. I love the blue, I don't know, blue raspberry maybe is the flavor. I love the blue Icy. Have to get that every time at the movies. And then usually sharing a popcorn because I cannot eat a full popcorn.
Yeah.
If I'm feeling crazy, I'll go for like a milk dud and a popcorn. So we kind of are on the same vibe here. It's just the best. Like,
the best.
Just sitting there and knowing you have nothing to do but just relax for the next 2 hours.
I mean,
the best.
I love getting the nachos. James this morning said he had a full list. It was like the hot dog, the Icy, the this, and I was like, yes, James. I love that you're just full send at the concession bar. Like, give me it all.
I've never had a hot dog there.
I don't think I've had a hot dog either, but nachos for sure.
That sounds really good.
Yeah.
Yum.
Get all the snacks. Like they're great. It's so simple at the concession stand. Like they don't have a lot of options, but they're all like the classic candies that you love and that you want, right?
Yeah, we love this question and we want to hear your answers. So definitely scan the QR code on your screen and let us know what is your favorite snack at the movie theater. And while you think about that, we're going to toss it over to John, who has a look at our weather.
Well, it had been so much more comfortable of a weekend than, hey, like just last week at this time was, and we're going to be holding on to that. Nice dip in the jet stream draped across the region, going to be helping to keep cool air pushed right on across the Bay Area. Now, into the middle of the week, if you remember what we had on Saturday, a couple of sprinkles for a few of us, we have a very similar setup to that as for our Wednesday in this forecast. Line of showers diving on into the north coast results in some rainfall to our north. For the Bay Area, Wednesday could come along with a drop of water or two, but really not much of it. We are going to be seeing cool temperatures all the way through this forecast, and with even that chance of rainfall to our north on Wednesday, definitely feeling like fall now. As for the city today, do expect daytime highs mostly in the 60s, near 70 downtown. Temperatures along the coastline in the 60s too, with some high surf out that direction and a little cloud cover. My advice is not a coastal day today, just a day to hang out closer to home. Highs in the 70s for most of us. Woodside, Redwood City, and San Jose a nice 74, while Los Gatos and Livermore at a comfortable 77. Hayward, Oakland, and Richmond going to be in the upper 60s. While only a few spots even making the low 80s, like Vacaville as well as Santa Rosa. Looking ahead, tomorrow's temperatures around the same as today's. We get a little cooler into Wednesday with that chance of an isolated sprinkle. After that, temps rise just a few degrees this upcoming weekend.
Thank you, John. Jess, this morning we had like the clouds in the Bay, so it was nice. It felt very fall.
Yes, we're getting into those fall temperatures for sure.
A little taste. All right, still to come, we have the Latino Film Festival celebrating culture. We're learning what's new at the festival this year.
And later, we're tasting some delicious Colombian food, and we're learning the story behind this delicious pop-up in honor of Hispanic Heritage Month. All of that and so much more when Live in the Bay returns in 2 minutes. Stay with us.
Join AAA in observing Child Passenger Safety Week. AAA has free resources for car seat basics and inspections to ensure your child's car seat is installed correctly. Boost your car seat knowledge at AAA.com/carseats.
I'm an actor in an ad that was given 12 seconds to remind you that if you're high, just don't drive. Because if you feel different, you drive different. It's illegal to drive high everywhere anyway.
News Nation has a trust rating higher than CNN, Fox, and MSNBC. You can only be the most trusted name in news with the most trusted names in news. Another reason why News Nation is news for all America.
Best Reviews is an unbiased team that researches products in real-world situations to give reliable recommendations on just about everything.
Call that a plasma sword?
For the best reviews, go to bestreviews.com. Seriously, before you buy anything, ever.
I've run this place for 20 years,
but I still need to prove that I'm more than what you see on paper.
I'm your retirement fear, but don't be scared. You're still in pre-tirement.
Does that mean I have more time to plan?
Precisely. This is pretirement.org.
This isn't scary. I'm doing it.
Nevada, Thursday. Democrat Jackie Rosen fights for re-election against Republican Sam Brown. It's a debate you'll see exclusively on News Nation. Debate Night in America. Thursday at 10, 9 Central, only on News Nation.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back. The Latino Film Festival showcases movies from the community that aren't always seen on screen. There are new and exciting changes to this year's festival. Here with more is Festival Director Lucho Ramirez. Lucho, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, I want to talk about the film festival and kind of everything that people are going to get to experience. So what are some of the major highlights from this year?
The major highlights is that we focus on independent film. There's a lot of independent film from the U.S. that's shown, short films, documentaries, and some narrative features. And so we open with a documentary, we close with a documentary, and in between people have an option to choose pretty much anything that is being produced here in the U.S. and throughout Latin America.
Amazing. And about how many films are going to be incorporated in this year's event?
We have 44 films. There's 28 programs. There's 5 shorts programs. And between the narrative features and documentaries, it's about evenly split.
Amazing. And why do you think that it's so important to showcase Latino filmmakers in this sort of way?
Well, I think it's a complicated question, but I would say, like we talk about representation and inclusion and all of that, it's also entertaining. But it is a platform for independent film. It's an opportunity for filmmakers to showcase their work, for the community to see that, and it's also sort of a meeting point for different filmmakers when they do come and they do have those opportunities to connect with each other. But visibility is probably the most important aspect of it, because these are works that are made by Latinos and where there is a Latino cast on the screen. It's not, you know, onlooker number 5 or what have you. Mm-hmm. They're front and center, and the productions themselves, behind the scenes, the writers, the producers, the directors. So that's an important aspect of what we look at when the films are submitted.
Amazing. I want to talk about the submission process, and you know, as the festival director, you have your hand right in the selection of what's going to come in, and so I'm sure that you just get so many submissions. What is the process like to narrow it down to select who gets into the festival?
Right. It's complicated. We get this year we got over 400 films.
Wow.
And we do have a screening committee, so there's about 40 people that are looking at films, about 3 people look at each one, and then we just sort of start filtering that way. But since representation is also important in terms of the diverse countries and all of that, then we start making choices. And then ultimately is the number of screens that we have. As we have emerged from COVID, there's more of an expectation to have in-person screenings, and really that's what we enjoy the most. And so that also kind of determines how many films we can have. So that's why this year I think we have almost 30 in-person screenings, and whether ticketed or free or outdoor, which is something new this year.
Oh, amazing. Well, let's touch on that.
Yeah.
Outdoor is a new aspect of this festival. Why did you want to have some outdoor screenings?
Outdoor, I think it's just one of those very retro things to do. They're very much something that opens itself up for people to really have that communal experience. And this year we're showing an incredible animation. And I think it's one of those things where it's like, families can connect with each other, community can connect with each other, and for us, it's been a goal to have an outdoor screening.
Yeah.
So it's fantastic.
I agree. I think that being outside, whether you're at a drive-in or kind of, it reminds me of being at summertime, they have movies in the park, so it brings that nostalgic feeling of just getting together with family and friends and enjoying some entertainment. Let's talk about some of the films. What is something that really stood out to you or that people should look forward to?
Right. I really love our opening night film, which was Prodigal Daughter, which is a profile of a filmmaker's life and her relationship with her family, which screens again. But then we have another film called Las Tres Sisters, which is a Mexican-American production. These actresses and producers did their own writing, directing. It took them 9 years. It's a project that is very involved because filmmaking is not easy, and they became almost like sisters in the process of producing their film. It's a film that it's a pilgrimage through rural Mexico, Jalisco. It's a side of Mexico that we don't see. It's a comedy and it's a bit of a drama. And it's a real joy to see something like that that is atypical of seeing in film, and seeing it in screen, especially a film that's somewhat bilingual, really. Spanish and English.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure that those are going to be just amazing and that people are really going to enjoy those along with all the others. You mentioned some will be free and some are ticketed. Where can people go to get information to make sure that they attend?
Right. So visit our website, cinemassf.org. You can consult all the different programs that are screening, free films as well as the ticketed events. And we'll be at various spaces in San Francisco, including the Roxy, Yerba Buena Center for the Arts, Mission Cultural Center, and La Peña Cultural Center.
Amazing. Well, Lucio, we were just talking before we came on camera. You said this is your 16th year of doing the festival.
Yes.
For you, what is your favorite part about this every year?
My favorite part is actually getting to this point where we're talking to the community and getting people to attend the film festival. Ultimately, that's what we want people to do, is to come and see. And of course, when I actually see the filmmakers that come through town, and that's a real joy, because a lot of times they're just names on a list or on your screen, and when you actually see them, you really see who they are and all the people that are behind all of these amazing works. So that's a real pleasure.
Yeah, this is the celebration of all the hard work for the filmmakers, for yourself putting the festival together. So I know it's going to be amazing. And thank you so much for joining us here to share a little bit more about it.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, of course. To learn more about the Latino Film Festival, just head over to our website. We'll have a link there at liveinthebay.tv. And Rachel, what do you have coming up next?
So much good stuff there, Jess. Thank you. Coming up, Jacob Palmer from Best Reviews is here. He has given us the lowdown on all the top product recommendations straight out of Best Reviews YouTube studio. And as we head to break, you can still answer our question of the day. Scan the QR code on your screen. Today we are asking, what are you buying at the concession stand before you go into the movies? Let us know now, and your answer could be read a bit later in the show. Don't go anywhere. Live in the Bay. We'll be right back.
Join AAA in observing Child Passenger Safety Week. AAA has free resources for car seat basics and inspections to ensure your child's car seat is installed correctly. Boost your car seat knowledge at AAA.com/carseats.
That's $78.29.
Oh, I've only got $50. Take out the cheese puffs and the broccoli. I mean, who likes broccoli?
I don't. Only $22.87 to go.
It would be faster with the Empower app. Empower Cash Advance gives you up to $300 instantly. No late fees, interest, or credit checks.
I've got money. Keep the cheese puffs, but leave out the broccoli.
Get Empower Cash Advance up to $300 instantly. Download the Empower app today.
What will you do when the power goes out? Power outages can be unpredictable and inconvenient, but with a Generac home standby generator, your life goes on uninterrupted because you'll have power when you need it the most.
The number one thing to prepare for is extended power outages. Don't make it so hard on yourself. Have a Generac home standby generator.
And special financing and low monthly payment options are available. Call or go online now to request your free quote. Power your life with Generac.
I'm an actor in an ad that was given 12 seconds to remind you that if you're high, just don't drive. Because if you feel different, you drive different. It's illegal to drive high everywhere anyway.
Substance use disorder and addiction is so isolating. And so, as a Black woman in recovery, hope must be loud.
Nevada, Thursday. Democrat Jackie Rosen fights for re-election against Republican Sam Brown. It's a debate you'll see exclusively on News Nation. Debate Night in America, Thursday at 10, 9 Central, only on News Nation.
Why would drug dealers put a lethal dose of fentanyl in drugs if they know it's so harmful?
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable. Really just all about the money.
Do you know what can get your friends to vote this year? You can. Because when people are encouraged by friends like you, they're far more likely to vote. So use your power. Ask your friends to make a voting plan at votevotevote.com.
When looking for the right products, many of us search the internet looking for videos to help make us make the right choice purchasing. Well, look no further. Best Reviews has us covered.
Joining us now with a look at some of the top products from their YouTube studio is Senior Director of Content Operations from BestReviews.com, Jacob Palmer. Jacob, always so good to see you.
Hey, thanks for having me back. You know, whenever I'm on the show, we always get to go in depth on these products, and I love it. It's great to be able to connect with the audience that way, but I wanted to kind of take some time today to go over all of the great work we're doing in the testing lab, because we really like to get down to the nitty-gritty of it and give people those very distinct pieces of information they need before they spend their hard money. So I wanted to just kind of share some of our favorite testing lab successes that we've had this year.
Absolutely. Tell us about the YouTube studio.
So what we do is that we're always trying to figure out what is the best product. You know, I always use the example of countertop blenders. We didn't bring any today, but we are looking in depth at all of these different items, and what we have on the table are just a couple of, you know, basically a half dozen that we will test for each category that we'll do, and we'll put them into basically, you know, these scientific experiments, but we do them in a way that's how a real life user would do it. I think a lot of folks in this space, they want to get fancy with the science. They want to figure out, you know, how loud does it run? How many RPM does it do? We want to know, is it going to make your life better? Is it going to be worth spending your money? When you use it in your home, is it going to make your pets go crazy? These are the kinds of things that we're more interested in.
Yeah, so you guys test it, and then you can trust that when you get it, it's going to be a good product, right? So let's go through some of the stuff you have for us today, starting here. What have we got here?
So earlier this year, we did our whole cookware sets deep dive, and we did a ton of cookware sets. We did Dutch ovens, we did cast irons. What we have on the table here are two of our favorites. The one in the back there with the white top, that's from KRON4, and that's going to be a great option for those that are looking for more of that trendier ceramic style. And then the one in the foreground, that's from Viking, which is a little bit more traditional, stainless steel. And what we took away from this is the ceramic looks great, number one. It's going to be nice on your tabletop, but the stainless steel is going to be a little bit more effective. But there is a learning curve, and that's what we learned from this entire process. You got to know how to use it, because you don't want to be sitting there, you know, getting an arm workout trying to get whatever it is you just cooked into the stainless steel out.
I've been there. Yeah. That's been me. Yes. Well, these are pretty. I also love that they're aesthetically pleasing when they're going to be out on the cooktop. But let's move into some technology, because you know everyone loves their technology, especially when it comes to headphones. There are so many different options out there.
And again, it's one of these things that people want to make sure, you know, you're spending a few $100s on these things, and it really matters that you don't waste your money when you're doing that. And so we have a couple on the table here today that came out of our testing process for headphones that were really interesting, and we wanted to pull them out because everybody knows about Apple. It's not as fun to talk about that, but for the people that want the absolute best performance and don't care about the packaging like that Apple provides, these were our favorites. One comes from Beats, and that's the black pair that you see on your screen right now. Obviously a super big brand name, but it has all of the features that the audiophile demands, especially when you're looking at this style of headphones that goes over your ears and is going to be perfect for traveling. They're great, but our actual favorite here from the testing lab that our testers came back and said, these are the ones that you guys need to be talking about all the time, come to us from Sennheiser, and these are the Momentum variety. Super comfortable and have an incredible sound experience, and I think, you know, they're the ones that when you talk about the name brands that people might not recognize, Sennheiser absolutely stands out as standing at the best place for performance, but maybe people don't know about them and we can educate them about it.
Yeah, which is nice because you don't want to always buy the one everyone else has
Yes.
too, right? And once you go noise canceling, you're never going back.
There's also the contrarian out there that wants to have something that's a little bit different, and we are there for them.
Right, perfect, but still works great. Let's talk about watches. We've been talking about this a little bit lately, and gift season is almost coming up, so I feel like these would be perfect for people.
That's a great point. That, you know, people want to be able to buy something really nice for somebody, and these two watches that we have on the table are perfect. The one that's black is the Garmin, and that's going to be perfect for that person who loves to hike. They want to get out in the outdoors. You know, maybe it should come with a bag of granola as well, if you catch my drift. And the other is the Samsung Galaxy Watch. And what's great about these is if they're already invested into a Samsung Galaxy phone, the pairing of it is super seamless and it works great. It's kind of that great best bang for the buck, which is another one is as we go through these testing processes and then tell people on our YouTubes, we'll tell you it's got an 8 out of 10 for connectivity. It's also going to be your best bang for the buck. This is your best value pick. So it's a great option in terms of all of those things. So you want to check out our YouTube channel to be able to find, like, okay, I'm considering these two. How do they compare against each other? We're always trying to get down to that absolute decision point.
I love that you're doing the homework for us. And what do we have lastly over here?
So lastly, what we have are a couple products that I wanted to show just because we're also doing shorts. So you think about kind of that TikTok style of let's get the information fast, let's get it immediately. What we have here is a Keurig, and we did a deep dive on how to be able to use a Keurig to your best advantage. I think everybody's familiar with it, but how do you use it and what are little tips and tricks? We're always putting shorts out like that. And then lastly, we've got this, which is a gimbal. And Rachel, you were talking about, you know, what are the big holiday gifts going to be? For the younger folks on your list, one of the biggest things they want to do is they want to start their own content channels. This is going to be a piece of equipment that's going to be in demand this holiday season from, you know, those folks that are just finishing up college and looking to break out on their own.
All right, Jacob, these all seem so great. Thank you so much for coming in again. Best Reviews is owned by our parent company, that is Nexstar. For more on these products and more, head to bestreviews.com or scan the QR code on your screen.
Yes, coming up, there's the QR code. Coming up, the sci-fi flick starring Robert Pattinson. We'll take a look at the trailer for Mickey 17. Don't go anywhere. Live in the Bay, we'll be right back.
Join AAA in observing Child Passenger Safety Week. AAA has free resources for car seat basics and inspections to ensure your child's car seat is installed correctly. Boost your car seat knowledge at AAA.com/carseats.
It took until I was an adult to really appreciate my parents' hustle. Rent, groceries. I get now just how exhausting that must have been. That's why I use Empower. With Empower Cash Advance, I have up to $300 at my fingertips. With no interest, no late fees, they never even check my credit. Empower is so quick and easy. So when I'm stressed and anxious about money, Empower Cash Advance comes through for me every time. See for yourself. Download Empower and get up to $300 now.
Ooh, pretty colors. Best Reviews is an unbiased team that researches products in real-world situations to give reliable recommendations on just about everything. For the best reviews, go to bestreviews.com. Seriously, before you buy anything, ever.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
I'm an actor in an ad that was given 12 seconds to remind you that if you're high, just don't drive. Because if you feel different, you drive different. It's illegal to drive high everywhere anyway.
Welcome back to Live in the Bay. I'm Jessica Wills.
And I'm Rachel Maurer.
Still to come in the show, the move-over law you need to know about to stay safe and save lives on the side of the road. AAA breaks down what you need to know.
Plus, we continue honoring Hispanic Heritage Month, bringing the flavors of Colombia to our studio. We'll taste some classic dishes from Mecato.
But first, let's see what you all had to say about today's question of the day. Today we asked, what are you buying at the concession stand before a movie? So many great snacks. You got to get those snacks before you enjoy the movie. I said I need that white cherry icy.
Oh, yes, Jess, and my icy of choice is a blue one, and then we can share a popcorn maybe.
Yes, and then we each get our chocolate.
Yes, and some chocolate. I love this so much. Great question. All right, let's move to see our viewers' answers now. Karen P., who wrote us on Facebook, says, popcorn and junior mints. Okay, ooh, she's taking the popcorn and chocolate and adding some mint into it.
Yeah.
I like this idea.
Yeah, the mint. I've never thought of the mint.
I haven't
in there,
either, but I like a junior mint.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, and the popcorn too. You got to have a classic popcorn.
With butter.
Yes, absolutely. Let's bring in our next viewer. This one comes from Aislinn Q from Dublin. Shout out to Aislinn. We recognize this name.
Yeah.
This was our intern. Aislinn, we love hearing from you. Aislinn said butter popcorn and a blue raspberry icy.
Oh, Aislinn, we can go to the movies together. This is so fun. Yeah, Aislinn's our intern who went back to college. So good luck to you, Aislinn. We're so excited to hear from you. So fun. And we hope you get some breaks to go to the movies and eat your popcorn.
Yes, absolutely. Good combination.
Yes.
Let's bring in our next viewer.
Debbie H. from Facebook said popcorn with lots of butter and a Coke. Can't go wrong with this either, Debbie. I feel like you have to have the popcorn and a drink. A Coke would be my second drink of choice.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, people are very specific about their movie popcorn also. Like some people have to do crazy butter, layered butter. Like everyone has their whole ritual when it comes to the movie theater popcorn too. But I love this question. Thank you so much to everyone who sent in their answers. We always love to hear from you. It's one of our favorite parts of the show. All you have to do is scan the QR code right there, or you can always go to our social media pages as well at Live in the Bay TV on Instagram and Facebook.
All right, well, now that we have all the snacks, Jess, it is time to watch a movie. This one is called Mickey 17, sort of a take on The Martian meets Multiplicity. Mickey is an expendable human worker. This is so interesting. You need some popcorn for this one. Let's take a look at it.
Hi, Mickey. Are you experiencing any vertigo?
I guess I am feeling a little dizzy.
Oh, wow! Did you see that?
Now, I wouldn't be surprised if you're thinking at this point, what have I done?
How lucky can one guy be?
Nothing was working out, and I wanted to get off of Earth.
You're applying to be an expendable?
Yeah.
You read through the whole application.
Ain't that a kick in the head?
I should have read through it.
Once you die, we'll print a new version of your body.
Every time you die, we learn something new, and humanity moves forward.
Oh, wait! He's alive. It's fine.
My life is gonna be beautiful.
Mickey! It's not looking very good for you. Yeah, no. I'm sure you're used to it by now, but what's it feel like to die? Even on my 17th go-around, I hate dying. Why aren't you dead? Multiples.
In the case of multiples, it's just like we exterminate every individual. Tell me quick.
Let's blow up these second-hand baloney boys.
Why don't you guys do rock, paper, scissors, and then we'll just shoot the loser. Tell me quick. Another kick. Tell me quick.
I don't like you, but I'm you. I'm not you. I'm gonna kill you. Tell me quick.
This is so exciting. Pretty interesting.
Yeah, I would have never thought of this premise, but okay, I'm into it. And we heard Frank Sinatra, so I'm not that scared.
Yeah, and Robert Pattinson. I know that many people really like him as well. If you want to check it out, Mickey 17 will hit theaters this January 2025.
When we come back, it's the law to slow down and move over when you see those emergency lights assisting on the side of the road. But a third of Americans don't know that this law exists. We chat with AAA about the importance of the move over laws and what you need to know.
And as we head to break, here's a live look outside. Ooh, the sun came out. Looks beautiful. Stay with us. Live in the Bay. It's coming right back.
Join AAA in observing Child Passenger Safety Week. AAA has free resources for car seat basics and inspections to ensure your child's car seat is installed correctly. Boost your car seat knowledge at AAA.com/carseats.
News Nation, America's fastest growing cable news network, is now in more homes than CNN and MSNBC. Looking for a news network that respects all Americans? You have a new home. News Nation is news for all America.
I've run this place for 20 years, but I still need to prove that I'm more than what you see on paper.
Substance use disorder and addiction is so isolating. And so, as a Black woman in recovery, hope must be loud.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Ooh, pretty colors.
Best Reviews is an unbiased team that researches products in real-world situations to give reliable recommendations on just about everything. For the best reviews, go to bestreviews.com. Seriously, before you buy anything, ever.
Why would drug dealers put a lethal dose of fentanyl in drugs if they know it's so harmful?
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable. Really just all about the money.
I'm an actor in an ad that was given 12 seconds to remind you that if you're high, just don't drive. Because if you feel different, you drive different. It's illegal to drive high everywhere anyway.
Every day, countless emergency responders and disabled vehicles line our highways, making them hazardous zones for both the people in need of assistance and the passing drivers. The simple act of slowing down and moving over for emergency vehicles is a law mandated across all 50 states. It can mean the difference between life and death. Earlier, I chatted with AAA's public relations specialist, John Trainer, about the importance of the move over laws. John, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course, a super important topic, and I didn't realize how many people don't even know that this law exists. You can't follow it if you don't know what it is. So what is the slow down and move over law?
Yeah, that's the thing. You can't follow a law you don't know exists, and 1/3 of Americans, that's the estimate from the National Highway Transportation Safety Administration, 1/3 don't know these exist. So it's a very simple law. If you see cars in distress on the side of the road, if you see flashers on or emergency workers, slow down, and if it's safe to do so, move over a lane.
You know, my dad's a firefighter, so to me this is really important because they're on the side of the road, but it's also people whose car may have broken down, or maybe their kids had to get out of the car. It's all kind of people on the side of the road. So can you tell me just kind of what the goal of this campaign is to get the word out there and keep those people safe?
Yeah, listen, this is National Slow Down Move Over, National Move Over Day. Every state has a move over law. They're all different, though. In California, it's one of the most comprehensive, which means it covers everyone from police and emergency workers to Caltrans workers to cars on the side of the road and tow truck drivers, anybody working on the side of the roadway or in distress on the side of the roadway. What the point of this day is just to raise awareness because, again, as we mentioned, you can't follow a law that you don't know exists.
Yeah, absolutely. So can you describe some of the law in the state of California and how it works, what people should do?
The most important thing is slowing down, and there's a reason for that, right? The office that these people work on, that emergency workers and tow truck drivers and police officers work on, is the side of the roadway. You are very close to passing cars, and cars move at very high speeds, which means in a blink of an eye, you're passing by an accident scene or you're passing by a person working. It's too quick for you to react to. So if you slow down, you give yourself more time to react to what's happening next to you. You give those workers a chance to react to you coming. And if you can move over a lane, you give them that much more room to do their job safely.
Yeah, absolutely. We want to keep them safe. I just learned this when researching about this topic today, was how fast a car can travel within like that, so fast. And you don't realize, like, oh, I could just look at my cell phone. I could just eat this bagel, whatever it might be. Can you speak to how much faster a car travels than maybe people realize?
Sure, you know, move over laws are for every roadway, so obviously speed limits change, but what we would think about, we really think of those highway speeds, the 65 or up speeds. You're traveling hundreds of feet per second in that short a time span, which means if you see an accident on the side of the road or you see a worker on the side of the road, oftentimes you don't really have a chance to recognize them. Think about it. Next time you drive past someone, you can't really identify who that person is. You can't recognize the person individually because you're moving that quickly.
Yeah, scary, especially for people who maybe are related to or know people who work on the side of the road. I know a lot of the construction happens at nighttime, which I'm assuming is to prevent things like this from happening. But can you just speak to AAA's message that you'd want to give to people who are driving? What would you say to them?
Well, listen, you mentioned that nighttime, and that's true. They do nighttime construction because there's fewer cars out there. That's also to stop traffic jams and things like that, but that means visibility is even lower. And a lot of these accidents happen at nighttime or in bad weather when, again, visibility is lower and you can't really see what's happening, which means moving over and slowing down is that much more important at nighttime. Our message to drivers is simple. Look at the people on the screen right now. They are working at their office, which is the side of the roadway. We want to make sure they get home safely because their mission is to make sure those drivers get home safely. You could do a lot just by slowing down and moving over, and it could be the difference between someone going home and someone going to the hospital.
Yeah, I know that people are maybe distracted by things that they don't even realize they're distracted by. You know, in good faith, they're doing something that they don't realize could be impairing their driving. Do you have any recommendations or just like things that people should be aware of, maybe that they're doing in their cars that you guys see most crashes being caused by?
Listen, even good drivers get distracted, right? You're in your car often, you take the same trip, you've seen the same stop signs and traffic, you know how to do it, which means you're a little bit more comfortable drinking some coffee or answering a text message, or if you have kids in the car, like I often do, talking to them and making sure they're quiet down and giving them the things they need. Don't do it. It's easy to come across an accident or come across someone working on the side of the road, and that is a new thing. That it breaks your routine, and you need to have focus on that. So what we recommend is make sure the GPS is hooked up before you leave. Make sure things stay in cup holders when they need to be in cup holders. Make sure everyone has what they need before you leave. Remove the distractions because you don't know what's coming at 65 miles an hour next to you.
Yeah, really scary. I have AAA. If people want to get AAA and get involved, how can they do that?
SimpleAAA.com is the website. We have branches all across the country, so you can come in and say hi to us. And more information about move over laws can be found on AAA.com as well.
To learn more, you can go to AAA and the website at AAA.com. We'll also have a link on our website, liveinthebay.tv. And coming up next, Jess has something great for us. We are tasting some food. Jess, what's going on?
Yes, I do. After the break, Chef Sebastian is here to share his love for authentic Colombian cuisine. We'll taste some of their traditional dishes. Stay with us. And as we head to break, here's a look at what you can catch tonight right here on KRON4. Stay right there. Live in the Bay is coming right back.
Join AAA in observing Child Passenger Safety Week. AAA has free resources for car seat basics and inspections to ensure your child's car seat is installed correctly. Boost your car seat knowledge at AAA.com/carseats.
What will you do when the power goes out? Power outages can be unpredictable and inconvenient, but with a Generac home standby generator, your life goes on uninterrupted because you'll have power when you need it the most.
The number one thing to prepare for is extended power outages. Don't make it so hard on yourself. Have a Generac home standby generator.
And special financing and low monthly payment options are available. Call or go online now to request your free quote. Power your life with Generac.
I've run this place for 20 years, but I still need to prove that I'm more than what you see on paper.
I'm your retirement fear, but don't be scared. You're still in pre-tirement.
Does that mean I have more time to plan?
Precisely. This is pretirement.org.
This isn't scary. I'm doing it.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies. Because when people are fed, futures are nourished. And with your help, together we can end hunger. Join the movement at feedingamerica.org/actnow.
News Nation has a trust rating higher than CNN, Fox, and MSNBC. You can only be the most trusted name in news with the most trusted names in news. Another reason why News Nation is news for all America.
I'm an actor in an ad that was given 12 seconds to remind you that if you're high, just don't drive. Because if you feel different, you drive different. It's illegal to drive high everywhere anyway.
Best Reviews has an unbiased team that researches products in real-world situations to give reliable recommendations on just about everything.
Call that a plasma sword?
For the best reviews, go to bestreviews.com. Seriously, before you buy anything, ever.
Welcome back. Mikado is a Colombian food pop-up bringing an authentic dining experience to the Bay Area.
It caters to a diverse clientele, from food enthusiasts to Colombians themselves longing for a taste of home.
And here to share more is Chef Sebastian Molina. Sebastian, thank you so much for joining us here at Live in the Bay.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm very excited to be here.
We're very excited to taste this. It looks like it's going to be delicious. Tell us a little bit about Mikado and what you do.
Yeah, Mikado is a Colombian food pop-up, bringing Colombian comfort food to the Bay and San Francisco. I've been doing this for about 1 year or so. I've been doing pop-ups throughout the city, also throughout Oakland. I've been a professional chef for the past 15 years.
Wow. It's a long time.
Amazing, yeah.
You're going to teach us something. Not a chef at all here, so glad you're here for us.
Yes, absolutely. What are we going to make today?
Today, we're making one of our signature dishes in Colombia, which is arepa, specifically the arepa de choclo, which is a type of sweet yellow corn arepa.
Ooh.
It's especially loved for its rich and slightly sweet flavor, especially among kids. I have all the ingredients here, so I can walk you through the steps on how to make it at home.
Perfect. Let's get started. How should we start?
First, we're gonna take our corn puree, which is this right here, and then we're gonna mix it in the bowl.
Okay, should I put the whole thing?
Yes, correct. This is made by cutting off the kernels of the cob and blending until smooth. We can use a food processor or a blender for this. Then we're gonna proceed to mix our yellow corn flour, which is that one right there.
Okay, same thing, everything?
Yeah, same, exactly. And that's a type of pre-cooked yellow corn flour, which is right there in the corner. You can easily get at every Latin store in San Francisco. Then we're gonna add our brown sugar, which is correct.
Perfect.
Our brown sugar.
Okay, let's give it a little mix here.
Our flour, that's AP flour.
Mix, you pour.
You can use any gluten-free substitute if you like. And in the little container we have baking powder and salt.
Baking powder and salt, perfect.
We're gonna mix those together.
Okay,
then
so this will make the filling, right?
Yes, this is like the dough for the arepa.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. So
then we're gonna proceed with the ricotta cheese, which is right there.
One?
Exactly. Again, the whole thing.
Okay.
Our Parmesan cheese.
Love a cheesy dish.
Yeah.
This is perfect.
Give us all the cheese.
And to it, to finish our melted butter.
Melted butter. I want you to help scrape a little bit.
There you go.
And then we're gonna incorporate all these ingredients until we have a creamy texture.
Okay, perfect. You're probably better at this than I am.
Right now it's a little bit thick. To finish, we're gonna add our milk.
Oh, there we go. That makes sense.
Help.
Yeah. So now we're gonna mix all those ingredients together until we have our creamy texture.
Okay, so how did you get the idea to make this pop-up Colombian food?
Well, I've been here in San Francisco for the past 6 years, and I've been missing our food, our Colombian food. So this is my opportunity to bring Colombian flavors to the Bay and also get more people to know our food, our culture. And I like to keep things traditional with the pop-up. Instead of blending cuisines, I like to combine several signature dishes of Colombia so we can have a full Colombian experience.
Very cool. Okay, so what's our next step here?
Our final step is to cook the arepa.
Okay.
I like to use a skillet over medium heat. I like to use these round molds so they can keep their shape.
Nice.
For about 4 to 5 minutes on each side with a few cups of butter.
So you would just take this mixture and put it in there and let it cook on one side. You flip it over.
Exactly.
Okay.
We add a few tablespoons of the butter and then that's it.
And it's going to cook up to this perfect consistency here, right?
Correct. This is the fully cooked arepa, how it looks. You can enjoy them as is. Back home, we usually add some butter, some salt. We can add some cheese, top it with another arepa.
And you have a custom creation that you are selling at your pop-up, right?
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
This is one of Mercato's signature dishes. It's a perfect example. I'm bringing two signature Colombian dishes. This is a braised meat called Posta Negra, which is originally from the Caribbean region. And basically,
we're going to start assembling because we just want to make sure we get this in. So what are we doing here?
So we take one fresh arepa and then we add a generous amount of our braised meat.
Okay, braised meat.
Generous amount. I like that.
Generous amount, yeah.
You can just get it all on there, Rachel.
Stress. Okay, here we go.
That meat is slowly braised with red wine, bone broth, a lot of aromatics like cinnamon, cloves.
Okay. That looks delicious. What's next?
We're gonna add Oaxaca cheese. I like to use Oaxaca cheese. You can use mozzarella cheese instead.
Yum. So yummy.
And then we're gonna top it with that final layer of arepa.
Okay.
It's making a little sandwich there.
Correct.
Here we go.
Then at this point, we're gonna bake it at 350 for around 4 to 5 minutes until the cheese is nicely melted. And then to finish, I like to add our homemade hogao, which is our version of sofrito. It's onions, garlic, fresh tomatoes, all cooked down with cumin.
Okay,
Chef Sebastian, how can people find you? Where are you going to be next?
My next pop-up is next October 25th. It's a Friday after the Great Bar, San Francisco. I'm going to be there from 5 till 8 p.m., more or less. To finish, I like to add some crumbled queso fresco.
I got ahead of myself.
That's perfect.
We're
Thank you so much.
excited to try.
This is the final dish here, and this looks delicious.
So yummy. It smells great. Thank you so much for coming and telling us about it.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. To learn more about Mercato, we have a link on our website. That is liveinthebay.tv.
Stay right here. After the break, we'll have a look at what's coming up tomorrow on the show. But first, here's what you can catch tonight right here on KRON4. Now let's send things over to Stephanie Lynn for the top headlines coming up on KRON4 News at 2. Stephanie?
All right, thanks so much, ladies. I love a good arepa. All right, here's what we're working on for KRON4 News at 2. For the first time since getting shot, 49ers rookie Ricky Pearsall is eligible to return to the field this afternoon. We're live from practice. Plus, opening statements are underway in the murder trial of Cash App founder Bob Lee. And a Fleet Week flub on camera. A Navy parachutist missing the mark and landing on a mother and daughter. I'm Stephanie Lynn. I'll see you at the top of the hour for KRON4 News at 2.
Join AAA in observing Child Passenger Safety Week. AAA has free resources for car seat basics and inspections to ensure your child's car seat is installed correctly. Boost your car seat knowledge at AAA.com/carseats.
I'm an actor in an ad that was given 12 seconds to remind you that if you're high, just don't drive. Because if you feel different, you drive different. It's illegal to drive high everywhere anyway.
Think you know Cuomo?
Hey, Democrats, you want to do better? Tell your side of the story better.
Well, check him out now.
Trump deserves credit.
Cuomo, weeknights at 8, 7 Central, only on News Nation. News for all America.
Nevada, Thursday. Democrat Jackie Rosen fights for re-election against Republican Sam Brown. It's a debate you'll see exclusively on News Nation. Debate Night in America. Thursday at 10, 9 Central, only on News Nation.
Do you know what can get your friends to vote this year? You can. Because when people are encouraged by friends like you, they're far more likely to vote. So use your power. Ask your friends to make a voting plan at votevotevote.com.
Why would drug dealers put a lethal dose of fentanyl in drugs if they know it's so harmful?
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable. Really just all about the money.
Substance use disorder and addiction is so isolating. And so, as a Black woman in recovery, hope must be loud.
I'm your retirement fear, but don't be scared. You're still in pre-retirement.
Does that mean I have more time to plan?
Precisely. This is pretirement.org.
This isn't scary. I'm doing it.